Here we are, back with the 350 Gold Star again, and I'm working my way through the steering head issues, and I've actually had the top yoke removed. Well, we've seen that already, but I've now got, believe it or not, I've got all the ball bearings there. There's 20 of them. I checked online, there's an online manual that I was able to see and check, and various other sources seem to confirm that there's 20 balls in the top and 20 balls in the bottom. Well, at the top here, once I got the top yoke off and the dust cover off, I actually immediately was able to sort of retrieve 15 balls, most of them up around this area, and using a hooked bit of wire to fish around in a grease down in the steering head stem and a car aerial magnet, I actually managed to get another 5. So I got a full 20 there out the top. And just to make sure that there was no extra ones or anything I thought, or anything wrong in the bottom, I dropped the bottom yoke slightly, and I've been able to go and work my way round and sort of point at them with the screwdriver and count, and I've done it several times, and there's 20 balls on the race of the bottom yoke. So I'm going to assume and hope at this stage that everything's alright there. We've got the correct number of balls and they're all there. They look nicely greasy, so I'm going to carefully offer the bottom yoke back up to the headstock, and then I'll lock it off with something, possibly a little ratchet strap or something to hold it in place, and then I'll very carefully, after cleaning the components up of course, put the 20 balls back in there, assuming that the head races look okay when I've cleaned them up. Of course I won't put them back if there's damage and they need replacing, but I'm hoping they'll be alright. And it was just someone made a complete mess of trying to fit those bearings last time. It was dismantled, probably maybe for fitting this top yoke that's a non-standard thing, I don't know. But anyway, the good news is got all 20 of those ball bearings there, and there's the race, or the top race. So I'm going to carefully offer the bottom yoke up again to the frame and see if I can reassemble the top yoke and put it all back together as it should be, and hopefully adjust out any fore and aft play in the forks and the steering head stem, and then I can have a look at the oil situation and so on in the forks then, and we can take things from there, and we'll have another bridge crossed with this project and be another step or two closer to being able to ride the thing maybe sometime, subject to my changing the tyres of course, but one step at a time I think. I've got all the steering head reassembled and the right number of bearings, top and bottom, 20 in each, top yoke's on, and all tightened. The bearings are adjusted, and I've got no fore and aft play in the headstock now, and the steering does actually swing freely. I won't move it too far at the moment because I've been draining the fork oil, and I'm amazed actually to see that similar amounts of similar coloured oil have come out of each leg. I wasn't really expecting anything other than nothing or liquid mud, to be honest, but that's actually one of the better examples of what's come out of forks on these old bikes that come here. But I'll find out, I'll make sure I know the right amount to put in, I'll refill them, and then I can refit the top nuts along with the damper assemblies and the chronometric clocks, and then subject to tyres, I think the front end, if I dare say the rolling chassis, but certainly the front end of it will be pretty much ready to go. So that was quite a good result with those ball bearings, managing to retrieve them all and find out how many there's supposed to be, and finding that I still had them all, and the balls and races were in pretty good condition too actually, surprisingly. So yeah, nice bit of progress there. So next up, get some fork oil in and get the instruments and the fork top nuts back on, and that'll be that part of the job done.